Gregory.
Gregory,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Greg, how you doing?
Devin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You're from Apex, right?
Yes, sir.
My fiance is from Apex. We both went to UNC undergrad.
Okay. What high school?
She went to Guilford.
Must win.
I mean, we're trying to win ODAC championships just like everybody else, you know, and that's what we talked about, just trying to survive one more day, one more game. That's all. Like, you know, every year our focus is always just trying to win the ODAC tournament. And it's so hard to do. One of the hardest things, I think, in all of Division III basketball. This league is so good, so strong. So yeah, no, we're just, it's a must-win because we're trying to win ODAC championship.
What was the message to the team before the game?
I mean, just trying to play like we played every other game. You know, we knew obviously they're really good. They haven't lost a game in a long time. They beat the crap out of us at their place by 35 points. And you know, I thought we came in today. I thought defensively and rebounding-wise we were really good. Offensively, you know, they're so good on defense. We tried some things that we get to work, but it was just a struggle all game long for us to score.
What'd you do in the second half defensively because they didn't look normal?
I don't think we did anything different. Just maybe just a little bit better than we did in the first half. And you know, they shoot it so good, they drive it so good. It's just really hard. And you know, they missed some shots. We got some wide open shots that they missed. I thought the difference maybe in the second half was I felt like, without seeing the stats, we rebounded it better. I felt like we limited them from getting so many second chance opportunities. Like in the first 3 minutes of the game, we called a timeout and talked about how we didn't give them 6 points. They got 6. They earned 6 points, but they got them off of offensive rebound kickouts that they shouldn't have gotten if they got the rebound.
Coaches hate the question, but who stood out from Guilford?
I think, you know, Caleb Furr played an unbelievable first half. Gave us such a big lift coming in, and man, he was just so dynamic in the first half. Gave us a great offense, gave us some tough rebounding. And then the second half, I thought it was a total team. Like everybody contributed. We handled the ball pretty well. We turned it over a little bit in the first half too. I thought we handled the ball better in the second half. Handled that pressure better towards the end of the game. Oh man, you didn't sign off like you normally do.
Oh, I'm good. I was letting them go. Coach, District 2 Sports Podcast.
Yeah. How are you?
How are you doing?
How's it going?
Greg Goss, my son Gregory.
Hey, Tom, how are you doing? I see you.
What's up, man? How are you?
Good to see you again.
Oh, yeah.
No, quick question, Coach. I mean, my questions turn from 1 to 3 to 5. So you know how it goes. I stumble a little bit, but listen, I know you're the big three. We got them coming over here, the Crocker brothers and Nick. But I went back and I looked at some things. I thought that Chase, Dawson, and Bobby came in and gave you some huge moments.
Big time.
And, you know, I think I wanted to ask you what the message was basically at 3:37 left to go in the game. What was the message to your team when you took that time out?
And Caleb Furr too. Caleb Furr gave us a great
absolutely.
first half. You know, we talked about at 3:37 that, you know, defensively they were really beating us bad off the dribble, so that we wanted to make sure we didn't overhelp, and you know, we just needed to fight. I thought we showed more fight for the rebound in the second half than the first half. I told them it was physical, like it was really physical game. There was a lot of contact and both ways, and we like it that way, and they like it that way, and I thought that made for an entertaining game. But we just talked about sustaining what we've been doing, and scoring-wise, we didn't score more points, I don't think, in that last 3:37. We missed a lot of layups, like, at the basket. It's like you got a 3-point lead. It's like, man, if we could just make one of them to get a 2-possession game, we could never get. We missed 2-3 there, but we basically talked about just defensively, and then offensively take care of the basketball, not take a terrible shot that would lead to a run-out for them.
Well, I thought you threw a curveball at us, so I sat right here and I looked at the boys. I said, there's only one person that's going to touch this ball when we come out of the timeout, and that's 24. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Ellis made the biggest basket of the game.
Yeah, we felt like we felt like that would maybe be a little bit of change. Chase is really good going to his right. We have a little play for him, and he kind of ran out of gas after that one because we tried to run it again. He didn't have the steam to do it. But yeah, that was a big basket, and he got to the rim. That was a big time.
So I think you mentioned earlier about defense. I mean, you outscore them in the paint 32-22, and then the bench outscores them 18-13. I mean, just running fresh bodies out, does that keep them off the three-point line and keep them away from the bucket?
Yeah, I mean, we've typically played 8-9 guys all year long. I think we only played 8 tonight, and just trying to keep those guys fresh. Obviously, the starters had logged quite a few minutes, but it was like you were saying, you know, Chase and Bobby and Dawson and Caleb Furr, man, they were big. They were big because not only, I think when you substitute, and normally, especially at our level, I would say at every level, there's a little bit of a drop-off. I'm not so sure today when we substituted, that wasn't a little bit of an uptick. You know, especially in the first half with Furr and those guys just going at it. Dawson in the second half really gave us a huge bump there, and Bobby made a big basket. It really did. Yeah, those were huge plays for us.
Well, you know we got to ask you, so I'm just going to go ahead and point blank and ask you, does this put you in? Is this it?
You know, we don't even really, I honestly, I don't follow it. Like, I don't really understand the way it is now. And so, like, I was telling Bob, like, our mission every year is to win the ODAC championship. And, like, all we're going to try to do is that tomorrow. And, you know, obviously, if we win tomorrow, we're in. If we don't win tomorrow, then we'll just sit around and talk about, hey, you know, are we lucky enough to get in? If we are, great. If we're not, you know, there was plenty of games during the season that we could have changed the outcome of where we are right now. So now the only thing in front of us is win an ODAC championship. We'll deal with everything else.
I know three opinions matter, and that's these three over here. So we're going to put you in.
All right, I like it. All right, I like
Mr.
it. I like to hear that. Thank you. Appreciate you guys coming, man. That's
Thanks,
awesome.
Coach. We appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
Thank you, Coach.
helping out Division III basketball.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, might as well get y'all in one time.
All right. We got the Proctors and Caleb here. Talk about what went right. We'll go left to right. Nick. I'm sorry.
You know, mistakes.
We'll edit. My bad.
A little different looking.
Just a little bit.
So last year I interviewed a girl from WNL, missed her the whole time, and I didn't even know it till after. Like she didn't say a word.
That's crazy.
I know. Made me feel bad. All right. So go left to right. What went right today besides the win?
I mean, we didn't make shots, but we found a way to win. I think our grit was just phenomenal. Find a way to pull together and get stops. I mean, I think they didn't score in the last 4 minutes of the game. I mean, and they score a lot, and they're hard to guard. We got a lot of good players, and I think our defensive grit will help us pull that win.
Yeah, just to start off, just giving credit to them. Man, that's a hell of a team. Roanoke Bacon there. They play really hard, play really well, and they're well coached. And we've stressed just being tough on defense all year, and that's what we try to do. Just come out and play defense, let offense take care of itself. That was the plan.
Yeah, I mean, it was a total team win. I thought we had a great 2 days of practice before to prepare for Roanoke Bacon. They're such a good team. I mean, everybody knows in the conference that they're probably going to set the standard for the conference year in and year out. And to win the championship, you got to beat the best. And we took down the 4 seed, took down 1 seed. We got work to do tomorrow, but enjoy tonight and get ready to work tomorrow.
We'll go back right to left. Tell me about your mindset after the win against Wesleyan up until now.
Yeah, it wasn't like I wouldn't say we played motivation there, and we just wanted to really win.
When the game was starting, man, we all huddled up, and I was just telling the guys, like it's the game where we have to come out, we have to start off right. No little mistakes. Like, we got to cut out all the little mistakes and things like that, and the game will take care of itself. And the toughness, like continue is most important.
I mean, especially for me, I think we got 7 seniors/grad guys. So just expressing the fact that I don't want this to.
I guess response, but rebound and defense.
Handle the ball. We gotta handle the ball.
Guys, appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thank you.
You ready to go?
I'm going to try to take care of some business.
Listen, is this like a high school reunion? Okay. Is that how it works? I mean, does it take the show on the road or what?
It was a high school reunion, but we've known this guy since middle school, and obviously Gabe's my brother, so it's kind of just like more of an Apex reunion, I guess you could say.
I think, I mean, I know me and Luke talked together when they're announcing the starters. Somebody said, where would this team be without Apex North Carolina? So I just think it's funny that we found a way to play together.
Yes, sir. Same thing, man. I enjoy these guys. I love them, man. Obviously, we grew up together. As little kids. It's special to do, especially for me. You know, I was in college, but I got here. It's been an experience.
Well, you played on a couple different levels now. So being in this tournament and seeing things on another level, how do you compare the two? I mean, is there a comparison? I mean, is it equally as hard? Or are you playing? I mean, like Jamaican, I wouldn't consider, them sisters of the poor by no means. So, you know what I'm saying? But you're playing against that kind of level on a day-to-day basis. And D1, here you are playing D3 now. I mean, is that what we're...
I have a lot of respect for D3 basketball. I didn't know much about it coming in, honestly, at first. But these guys play hard every night. Nobody has nothing to lose. And honestly, I was thinking, the question you just asked me, man, like, as far as me scoring the ball, like, at the D1 level, they ain't sending doubles, so I could go get me a quick one. They're sending doubles now. Everybody's playing hard, playing like just to the wall, man. So it's a lot harder to score and things like that on this level.
I made note to the coach about Dawson and Chase, I'm missing somebody. Caleb. What do those guys mean to you guys? I mean, and look, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to put anybody above anybody else, but I know you guys you're the triple threat basically of the start five, and then what do those guys mean to you coming off the bench?
Yeah, I can start first just with those guys, man. Dawson, Caleb, Bobby. Like I know y'all watching Bobby, but they play really hard. They play extremely hard.
I forgot Bobby, yeah.
And sometimes they don't play much on some nights,
Right.
And just to have that positive attitude coming in every day and giving 110% in practice, it starts in practice,
Right.
So having that energy every day, they bring it every day. They could hang their heads and complain about not getting the minutes they think they deserve or something like that. But everybody, they just play hard. And I'm extremely thankful to have those guys a part of my team.
We did our sports podcast, introducing the ODAC coaches at the beginning of the year, and Coach Palombo was gracious enough to give us his time. I consider Coach Palombo. I would love to take him to Las Vegas and sit at the World Series of Poker table with him. I think he has got the best poker face in the world. All he needs is a pair of black glasses. What does he mean to you guys?
I don't know if it's poker or if he's just trying to downplay everything. But I mean, coming in, Luke already being here for a year, I knew how the system and stuff like that I could play here, and just he really believed in me from day one, and started to build a bond over this last year or so.
Yeah, going off that, but yeah, you should try and see his poker face when we give up a couple offensive rebounds in a row, or strong hand drive or something like that. But no, Coach Palombo's a great guy. I mean, I've got like the utmost respect for him. He's such a phenomenal coach. I mean, I've been blessed to play for a whole bunch of great coaches in middle school, high school, and Coach Palombo in college now. But he just instills such a confidence in his players. And when I was in high school, I was not a great defensive guy. I wasn't like a strong or a tough guy. But now I really feel like I can guard anybody and go up against anybody.
I would kind of say the same here. Coming here, I struggled defensively as well, and I felt like over the time period of us working out, kind of like the summer type deal for us, he kind of like slowed things down and like, this is what you need to do on defense. He broke it down and he just put time into his guys. And he's just been there. He's a very family-oriented guy. He's been there for us. And he's been there for me especially. And all he cares about is the rebound as well.
Right.
Get the rebound. Nothing else matters.
Well, the big question for all three of you: are you in?
I thought we were in my freshman year, we didn't get in, so I mean, I think it's the same mindset. I mean, we got to win tomorrow.
Solidify it tomorrow.
100%.
Well,
Leave no doubt.
I thought we go to sleep at night.
there you go. I told Coach, if three opinions matter, we got you in. I considered, I didn't even think it come down to the win over Wesleyan. We thought you were already in. So. Stephen, you got anything?
All good.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank y'all.
Leaving it all on me. Guys, I appreciate your time. We're at the District 2 Sports Podcast, and it's the first time we've seen you guys play this year. We got a chance to talk to Coach at the beginning of the year, and it was a real treat to see you guys. I mean, win, lose, or draw, you guys throw it all on the floor. You leave your hearts on the floor, and like I said, nobody wants to see anybody lose, but it was a classic game, a classic defensive game. Yeah. So, I guess the first question I want to ask, have you ever scored 15 points in a half? No.
I got to go back and look. Maybe there's probably a 19-point half somewhere in there.
Right.
Guys, I'm talking base matters. You guys are gonna have to stay over there while Dad's talking, okay? And then I'll talk to you when I'm done. No, I'm gonna have to look here. What's the closest to 15? So that answers the first one. And I will say too, this is the first time you guys have been to see us. You're not allowed to watch us again. Only one. Yeah, but I mean, credit to Guilford. Their defense. There's some things we certainly can and will do better. But they got to some challenges. They got to some shots. They didn't let us in the paint to get some quality looks, and they did a great job.
I did notice that they did have they controlled the paint 32-22 against you guys.
Yep.
You've probably already seen these stats, and then the bench was 18-13. But I mean, what was the key to them keeping you guys off the line? I mean, I kind of noticed that when they come out of the timeout and y'all were up 5-0, that he maybe threw a zone press at you or whatever there at the or a zone man-to-man. I don't know
Matchup zone.
Matchup zone. Yeah. Exactly what I'm trying to figure out. But did that throw any kind of kinks in the armor there, or
no? Because we scored on that one just like that, and they got out of it. mean, I think they do a good job. They guard their yard. They're physical. In this game, you don't want to call every foul, so there's probably some things that, they probably got away with some there at the lane. I thought Malcolm got fouled on one, but that's going to happen in a game like that. We're used to that. We've been fouled before, not called it. And we're typically like, hey, we're not going to turn it over, so we're not going to just fly in there and flail and flop and try to earn some foul calls in that way. So, probably typical of what we see from these teams, in that we're not going to get to the line very much in a game like this. Yeah.
Well, it's not like you lost to the Sisters of the Poor either, So
21-win team.
Yeah, exactly. So, what does this do for you guys here? I mean, is it a Could it be a blessing in disguise, silver lining in the clouds that what was he? 19 straight wins?
20.
20 straight wins?
20 straight. I'll let Jabril take that. What do you think, bro?
Can you repeat the question?
Well, what I was asking was, is this a silver lining? Could this, I saw a little thing with Tony Bennett the other night from UVA. He said sometimes you have to have a ticket to get to another ticket that takes you someplace where you've never been. So I know you guys have played in the biggest games of the biggest games. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is another one of those things where it's like adding fuel to the fire. We took some tough losses early on in the season that kind of motivated us, drove us to put together the body of work that we did throughout this regular season. And it's just another one of those, I think, to us, another one of those losses where it's like we're going to dive into the film, we're going to get after it in practice and see where we can be better and really have that chip on our shoulder for the rest of the season to win out. It's going to go home at this point, and we can't play like puppy dog. It's big boy games from now on.
No, same question. I mean, how do you take something like this and build upon it? I mean, like I said, you didn't get blown out. I mean, this was coming down the stretch. I looked at the boys. And I said, this is the last 4-minute game. I did. I said, or either the last possession. So I knew it was coming down there.
Pretty much piggyback off of what the girl said. It's like, one thing that we're big on is like makes diamonds, and it's like a high stakes, high impact, high intensity game like this. Like, this is close to like the tournament we're gonna get. So, and the difference is right now, even though we might have lost, we still have another chance to play, and that's truly a blessing because not many teams can say the same. So the fact that we get this game, this NCAA tournament type feel, like this high stakes type feel, now we know what it feels like, and I feel like this will help us, like after looking at the film, getting after in practice, like going back into the tournament, like we're gonna be ready for that type of environment.
So we told you, Coach, at the beginning of the year that we consider the ODAC the SEC of D3. So, I mean, is that something, going into the NCAA tournament, is that what we're looking at here? I mean, you just pound for pound going up against these guys day after day after day. I mean, it seems like if you win the ODAC, you're already prepared to play in the NCAA tournament.
I mean, this league, I'm grateful to play in this league, in a league like this, where the physicality and the competition, the talent that we have in this program, the coaches that we coach against and play against, like all that gets us prepared. I think we've been battle tested. Like anybody in this league is typically battle tested going into the NCAA tournament. And it's bittersweet that we get to, play in these games, get that experience. Don't like that we didn't come out with a W, but I think it will prepare us moving forward. We'll say advantage over some of these other teams in the NCAA tournament that don't really have the defensive focus that we do, and maybe we could get an edge in that sense.
I wrote down a couple things. I don't think anybody ever got out 4 or 5 points, in a row or a roll like that. Yeah. I wrote down one thing that I was going to ask you personally. What was your message with 6:15 left? I know you called a timeout right there. So was it settle everybody down, get what you want? Because I think Malcolm took the next shot. I believe he did. I might be wrong about that.
Yeah. I don't even know the exact message. Just I felt like, we just needed to catch our breath. Take a deep breath. It was winning time. I like reminding guys about winning time and making the plays that we need to, and just to catch our breath. I mean, these guys have been, they're great about the play after the play and solving problems without coach's help. I mean, that's what we work on in training and playing. And so I trust them. I trust them a lot. It's not like I have a magical play. A lot of times, especially against a good defense and a well-coached team, Conn's been doing this a lot longer than me and at a high level. We feel like they're going to blow some stuff up. It gets back to what we're doing next. And just weren't as sharp today. The switching, it's happened before. And, it starts with me. I don't know that we had our best attack coming in. And we just got stagnant. We couldn't get out of it enough. Couldn't play with enough force. Couldn't get those paint touches. and those cleaner looks that we need.
I wanted to ask, so as far as the 3-point shooting tonight, 5 for 28, just for anybody who wants to answer it, but was that a product more of Guilford's defense or just shots not going down tonight?
Yeah, I can also say early on we took a couple swings. We took a couple, that I think, it looks great when it's going in, but maybe we weren't feeling it here in Salem. So, yeah, a little bit of both. I didn't think shooting half of our shots from 3 is the way to go. We've got a good 3-point shooting team, but it's got to be the quality. It's got to be the inside out. And we had some good ones, too. I mean, we missed some good ones, too. Like, they found some guys, shots that we will make in the future. And, this is how it goes sometimes. So I can't I'm excited for Guilford. Maybe they get a win tomorrow and they get to play because we got, 4 tournament teams from the ODAC, almost 5. And, there's no shame in losing to a team that played the way they did today.
And then one more, Coach, I just want to ask Theo in the second half provided some very quality minutes.
Yeah.
What do you think about his play tonight?
Yeah, got that big steal. I still wish we could have back the turnover. He's just got to be better in transition. Need Brill to be better in transition. And they will be. I mean, they've been awesome about watching film, taking ownership. Like, there's no guy that's going to point fingers. Love how Theo's been playing. Came off a 14-point game. Made some big shots. So we're getting there. I'm happy with. I mean, we got a bunch of guys that feel like they can start on any team, and we're going to keep getting better from this.
Obviously, that's not the result that we wanted, but man, I couldn't be more proud of a group. We're starting a freshman, 2 sophomores, a junior and a senior. Our first subs are off the bench, a sophomores, a freshman, and to put ourselves in this opportunity. I think this was the 11th game that has gone down to 1 or 2 possessions with 2 minutes to go. I think that put us at 6-5 after the loss today. So I mean, we've been in a bunch of games this year. We all know how tough this league is, but these guys have fought, man, all year, and I'm really extremely proud of what this group has been able to do. I know our record probably doesn't certainly reflect that, but I thought our guys really fought all year, and today's included. We're down 15. I told the guys at halftime, this is not us. This is not how we play. This is not what we look like the last 2 weeks. And I can't believe we would go out like this. And boy, did they respond right away in the second half. And like I said, I'm super proud of them. I hate that it's done. I hate the fact that we won't be in practice and we won't watch film with them here for a while because I love being around them. So super proud of what those guys have been able to do this year. Proud of my staff. Just a positive year, especially coming off the last 2 that we played.
From a seeding standpoint, probably shouldn't have been here. You should have lost to number 2. But did you tell the guys, hey, we're playing with house money? I mean, what's the message to them before the game in the locker room?
So, I mean, I think our guys have been confident really going into the tournament. I mean, first time we played Roanoke, we were up 11 with a minute to go. Couldn't finish it off, right? We played Sydney tough the first time at our place. We just lost to Wesleyan in overtime. We played tough Macon twice this year. So I think our guys were gaining confidence really through the last couple weeks of the season. And obviously, man, I told them watching film, I just loved our joy. I loved our energy. I loved their togetherness really the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And obviously, you want to be playing your best basketball this time of the year. So to answer your question kind of long, Bob, I mean, yeah, we looking around like, yeah, it's house money. A lot of people not thinking we should be here. But I don't know if our guys necessarily thought that. I think they thought, I told them, I said, you deserve to be here. It's not a fluke. It wasn't luck. You've been playing well the last 2 weeks. And obviously that came all together on Wednesday. And a little unfortunate we just couldn't finish it off today.
Can you tell us what you said in the locker room at halftime?
Yeah, I mean, I had some choice words, raised my voice for a little bit, but again, I just said, it's not us. I said, to be honest, we actually feel fortunate that we're only down 15. I thought we played awful first half, awful. And to only be down 15, they were 56% the first half. I mean, it felt like everything was going in, they were doing everything they wanted. And so the positive for me is like, we're only down 15. Do a couple stops here to start the game. Chip away, and see what happens. And again, like I said, give them credit. I mean, they've been doing that all year. They've been fighting like that all year.
Coach, kind of a two-part question. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but they go on a 24-12 run to end the half. How much did Jamarcus not being able to get in the game in the first half? I guess 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big part. We were in some serious foul trouble that first half, especially with our bigs. I think Tyler Buggs had 2. Jamarcus had a quick 2. So, I mean, that just messes up our rotations, and Jamarcus is a big part of who we are. He had a tremendous year. I thought, you know, he should be in the conversation with freshman of the year. You know, he scored for us this year. He's rebounded, he's blocked shots. He's been a great motor for us. So obviously, when he's not in the lineup, we're a different team. But also that just affects just your rotations, right? We're trying to play as hard as we can, and our bigs, they got to go 7 minutes in a row. It's probably not going to be beneficial for us.
So was the message at halftime the reason why you go on a 25-10 run and tie the game up and start the second half?
Again, like I said, I thought that wasn't us. I just didn't think we played like we've been playing the last 2 weeks. And I just wanted, first of all, we turned the ball over. We had 11 turnovers at halftime, and that led to 17 points. You can't give that to any team in this league, especially a team like Roanoke. So we just needed to clean that up a little bit. And like I said, guys came out the half, had a great start. And again, there's no 15-point plays, so we just had to hopefully chip away. And we wanted to get it to 10. By 10, I think we got it. I think it was a 2-point game with 9 minutes to go, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at that point, it's a different ballgame.
One word to describe Michael Gray.
Boy, I got a bunch of words. I think for him,
we'll let you use 2.
So he is definitely. I don't want to say opportunity, because as a staff we talk like where is Mike if Jason is helping?
Right.
Jason was playing great before he got hurt, and Mike was in the rotations, wasn't playing as much. So like we always preach, right? Hey, be ready when your number's called. Somebody gets hurt, next man up, we got to play. So Jason gets hurt, Pearson's missing games. And man, he's hit the ground running. He's always been a walking bucket. He's always been that. And so we've been trying to, get him to play both ends and be more playmaker as well. But he is fearless. That's probably another word.
I got you.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Shot selection sometimes not great, but he makes some of them too. So we had to live with some of that this year. And man, I'm proud. You talk about somebody that's come out of nowhere.
Right.
We knew he was a good player. But you talk about somebody that took advantage of his opportunity and hit the ground running. He's the first, he was an all-conference player this year. We went, a 2-year stint with no conference players, where before that I think I had one all my entire time here as a head coach. So to go 2 years without one, and now Mike gets us back in the mix. Man, we're obviously excited, about what he can do moving forward.
How big is Henderson off the bench?
Yeah, so again, another sophomore. I mean, these are puppies, man. I just needed them to be dogs quickly, and I think they're moving towards that for sure. JJ is another one where, we know the potential that he has. He's athletic. He finds a way to score, hit threes. I think what he has learned this year is just being consistent and understanding what that championship motor looks like. And man, he made some big plays for us today. Again, another one that's in foul trouble. We've been able to plug him in. He's helped us win some games this year by playing 7 minutes and getting 4 points and 3 rebounds and making a difference. Man, I'm excited about what he can bring to us too.
Well, I know it's a hard way to lose or go out this season, but you've got to be all smiles for next year. I mean, you've got to be with what's coming back and the potential for this team. I mean, it's exponential in my book.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about at the end. It's just, I've always heard, you're excited. They're young. Sophomores turn into juniors, and juniors turn into seniors. And man, I think we gained a lot of on-the-job experience this year, more than probably all of us would like. But I think that certainly helped us this year. And now it's going to be important for them now to take that next step. I think they got a sense of what it looks like, right? The top 5 teams, and even us that were battling for 6, 7, and 8. I think they understand what that looks like. I think we all know if you can get out of this league, you can do some damage. And so I think playing in this, playing at Sydney, and playing Wesleyan in the last game of the year, and having to go win at Bridgewater, and any wins in this league is good. Some of the stuff that we had to do at the end of the season, and that's got to help us as we move forward.
Well, a little bit of a lighter note. I've already keyed these guys in, and I just wanted to find out if your answer is still the same. So the mythical one-on-one ODAC championship between the coaches. You still win going to 2?
Absolutely. Because I'm going to check in with like 2 minutes to go because I hadn't played the rest of the whole game. Because if I played the whole game, I don't know if I would be able to get back out there.
Absolutely.
What can you say about your various seniors in the front court of the league? Obviously, we saw a whole lot of growth with this younger group. What can you say about what they meant for the program and the development of those younger guys?
Thank you for bringing that up. And that was what we spent a lot of time talking about. I'm going to start with Mason. 2 years ago, we were 6 and 19. And these guys could have literally just packed up, gone somewhere else, and for them to really stick it out with us. And that's who I wanted to run it for, to be honest. And what he has gone through with his back this year, he's been battling that for a while. He's a warrior. And for all of the sacrifices that he had to make to just play 5 minutes in the senior day, I mean, that should resonate with the rest of the team. So I'm we'll always have a special spot in my heart because he could have left. And he's my lone guy on the team that's been with me for 4 years. So I love that about him. And then obviously Fouts, we've only had him for 2 years. We feel like he's been here for longer. You talk about somebody that's been an ultimate ambassador for us. It's hard to come in as a transfer. He only got 2 years. And, man, he's hit the ground running. And he's been a guy that's done everything we've asked him to do. And off the court, tremendous student, as well as Mace. But those 2 guys have really, I think, set the tone for the young guys, how we're supposed to look, on and off. Classroom, work ethic, lifting. I mean, these 2 guys are 2 of our strongest guys on our team, 2 of our better conditioned guys. So our young guys should, and a lot of them voice that in the locker room after how they appreciated the sacrifices that those guys have made. And Mason's been an unbelievable cheerleader for us, almost a coach to these guys in the locker room. So I think all of us wanted to win for them, for sure.
Coach, you go up 4 with like a minute 16 remaining. Was there any explanation on that tech they called on Mike?
So I guess there was something said, as the emotion of the game, and that's where the tech came from. And again, that's a big momentum swing, right? Huge momentum swing, and obviously that gives Jake his 4th foul. And we need him in the game. Like he's our quarterback. He's our general. And I get it, the emotions of the game, how that is. We just got to be better at controlling that. And we made 1 free throw off the tech. And I think they scored that possession. So instead of 4, we're up 1, I think, after that.
Yeah, up 1.
That's a good swing. But we could have stopped there and might have a different ball game, right? So, I mean, I always hear it comes down to 4 or 5 possessions. You just don't ever know when that's going to be. Thought there was a couple down the stretch that we just needed to get 1 stop. And we did it. They got to the line a lot. Which it's a big part of what they do. They attack the basket on a very aggressive way. And, us being able to get a stop down the stretch was kind of what happened to us the first time we played, right? We just needed 1 stop. We didn't get it. Again, hopefully that's a learning process. I remember back in 2015, the year before we won it, we were 17-10 that year, and we lost 8 games by 1 possession. And I would like to think that helped us the next year, and I'm hoping that'll be the same with this team.
You go right ahead, Bob.
Okay. Coach talked about the, just the wherewithal from your team. I mean, battling back. Looks like it's going to go to overtime. Maybe it doesn't. Talk about the grit.
Yeah, we had to find a way and got down a couple times late. Give Lynchburg credit. They didn't quit playing. We didn't expect them to quit playing, but they gave us a battle, really took it to us in the second half and then had us down. And I was proud of how our guys continued to respond. We got down 4, made some timely plays, made some big free throws at the right time, and then obviously got a big basket from Jackson there.
Part of that resiliency was also living through the waiting time, right, for all the reviews and such. Just how do you keep the team locked in through all the things you can't control like that?
I don't know that I do. I think they keep themselves locked in. It's just part of it. They want to get it right, so obviously we want to get it right too. And, there was a few of them, but it's part of it. And you got to be mentally dialed in and move on to the next play when it's time to play.
Dominated the glass in the first half. What changed in the second half to get those guys more opportunities?
As far as Lynchburg being more, I thought they were more aggressive. They did a good job of taking it to us, and I thought, they were more the aggressor there in the second half at times, and it showed. And then that's, they're a good team. I mean, they, played a whale of a game on Wednesday, and they do that well. I mean, they're active on the glass, they're physical, they're a tough team, and we knew that it was going to obviously be a battle even at halftime when we were up 45-30.
Coach, what's it like to go through a 24-12 stretch towards halftime where you go up on them by 15 at half, and then you have to sustain their 25-10 stretch there at the beginning of the second half and tie the game up? So what's the key to sustaining that or maintaining that?
If I could tell you that, maybe we wouldn't have them go to 125-10 run. But I mean, they're a good team. I mean, I think you can't keep good teams down the whole time. I thought it was a credit to our guys. I thought we were really ready to play. I thought we physically were good in the first half, and then they made a run and put them, and we kept battling. So it was a good game for everybody to see.
How big a loss was it for this guy on the end down here to see him get out of the ball game?
Well, he got an earful from me because his fifth foul was one that he was trying to make a heck of a play that he was trying to make a good play for us, but we didn't want to lose him on the floor, and it ended up being his fifth, but he gave us good minutes when he was out there.
Quick question. I mean, I don't know. Did you ever think about putting Josh on Brown at all during any of the game?
Morse.
5.
On Gray?
Oh, great. Sorry. I'm sorry. Brown. I said.
It's something I thought. I mean, obviously we have 2 really good perimeter defenders, and they have two really good perimeter offensive players in 5 and 3. So it's certainly a thought. But if I'm being honest, I mean, I thought a lot of the shots that he hit were really tough shots.
And we're close to the bench.
You kind of say to yourself, like, what more can we do? And Clary was doing a great job on 3.
Right.
So we felt like at halftime, Gray still had 14 points, but they had 30 as a team. We were okay.
So what's it like for everybody to see this number 5 go to the corner over here and fire for 3? Was everybody like, yes? No? I mean, how was that? I mean, it was true. It was true. That's for sure.
I mean, we're all confident that he was going to knock in the shot. I mean, he's done it time and time again this year. But I mean, when he rose up for it, we were all confident he was going in. We were all excited for him, especially. I mean, he's a big important for us. So
that's bell time, huh?
Yeah, it's bell time.
Josh.
Name the closer yet?
I like that. I like that.
That's somebody that probably would never be in a phone.
Josh, over 39 minutes for you tonight. How are you feeling right now? Is that a career high minutes for you? And how are you feeling right now?
My sophomore year, we played W and L here in a 4 overtime game. So that's definitely my career high. So, I mean, Coach has faith in me to play those 11 minutes and still give it all my all and being able to compete. So,
how does everybody feel about Mr. O'Malley going to the line? I mean, he looks like he's dynamite and he's on time at the line. I mean, he knocked down some crucial free throws down the stretch.
I mean, Gavin's worked on his free throws time and time. Every practice, he's always the last one in there just working on free throws. So, I mean, credit to him. He's put the work in. You can definitely tell from if you look at the game logs. You'll start seeing he's been putting up numbers 100% from free throw lines. I don't think he's dropped below maybe, I want to say 70 from the free throw line for the game since he's really started putting more time in. So, credit to him. Always goes to him for that. So,
Any different with the target on your back this year?
No, sir. I mean, we just come into every game. You know, ODAC's an extremely tough league. And we know every night's going to be a battle, and we just come into every game. We know we got one of the best teams, and we're just going to come in and play confident and know that every team is going to play well. And it's a tough league, so you got to have your best night in and night out for sure.
Well, we dedicated the ODAC as the SEC of D3, so I don't know if Coach has told you that or not. So, but heck of a ball game. I enjoyed watching you guys play tonight.
What's the one thing y'all need to do better against Guilford, starting with Patrick and going down the road?
I think we need to sustain. The first half we had Lynchburg, we were up 15, and then they came out and punched us in the mouth. So I think we need to sustain a little bit better and handle the runs a little bit more.
Yeah, sustain it. Not shoot ourselves in our foot. Do the little things like watching finish the plays, making free throws, all little things that add up.
I mean, it's just kind of the same game plan as been when we played them earlier in the season. Kind of just contain the better players and just really lock it on the defensive end and the offense is what's going to come.
Appreciate you guys. Thank y'all.